morning, good morning. Welcome to today's Monkey Mind moving meditation. Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Angie. I own AB Yoga, and I started these Monkey Mind moving meditations as a tool or another way for us to be able to use meditation and to help to quiet our minds down with movement. Sometimes for many of us it's really challenging to be able to sit still, especially when our nervous systems are really amped up. And so adding in some gentle movements can help to quiet the nervous system, quiet the mind, and enable our bodies to receive the benefits of meditation. So the monkey mind part of it is, the monkey mind is a term for our brain, or a part of our brain that is always screaming, always yelling, chattering, doing 500 different things at once. And for me, when I think of a little monkey in my head, and if I give that monkey something to do, it helps to quiet that monkey down. So that's a kind of a visual way. I like to think in terms of visual things like that. It's easier for me to tap into meditation. So that's what these moving meditations are for. So welcome, good morning. And before we go too much further into this, if anything feels uncomfortable in your body today, definitely please stop, ease back. Anything I say today is really just a suggestion. So even if you feel like doing something other than what I'm cueing, go with what feels best in your body. And then if you have any concerns, definitely stop, reach out to a healthcare provider, make sure your body's safe for movement, and then reach out to a yoga teacher or some sort of a movement coach if you have any questions, to make sure that you're doing it safely for your body. So with that, let's get started. So today's meditation can be done standing or seated, whatever is whatever feels most comfortable to you today. I'm going to start standing because I still have a lot of energy right now. And then just start to bring kind of a gentle sway to your body. If you're standing, maybe bring some awareness to your feet, bending your knees, shifting your hips side to side. If you're seated, keep the press in your feet, maybe press into your sitting bones, and same thing, bring a side to side rock, or maybe explore, does side to side or does front to back feel better? Maybe you want to go in circles today. Maybe you don't know, so maybe just explore. Is there something that feels really good to your body to start moving? And as I've been going through my week, it's been really challenging for me to try and find the balance. The balance being between things that I want, things that I need, things that have to be done that I don't want to do, and just all the things that seem to need my attention today. I'm feeling like I'm struggling to find that balance between all of those and still taking care of myself and what is most important to me. And so I found a quote that I based our meditation off of today. And the quote is, "Balance isn't fitting everything in. It's starting with what's important and letting the rest fall as it will." Layne. So today's meditation, we're going to work to practice balancing and letting things go. And I like to do things with a little bit of some play, because it takes some of the angst out of practicing some of these things for me. So starting to get maybe a bigger bounce in your knees if you're standing. If you're seated, maybe try rolling your shoulders or lifting your torso up. Work to find those center muscles, the muscles that help to lift your chest, lift your body out of your feet or your sitting bones. So with any sort of balance, those muscles, that internal strength, that finding what's important, can make or break a balance, or finding that balance. So if you want, if it feels good, maybe adding the shoulders in, finding the length up through the body. So according to Layne, it's letting go of the things, or letting things fall where they may, while holding on to the important things. So if you're feeling warmed up, maybe shake it out. What we're going to start to do is come to one foot if you're standing, lifting the other foot up. Just start to sway, make any movements like you're trying to practice finding your balance, pushing yourself maybe to your limits, finding that strength, that internal balance, that internal core. If you're seated, it's done similar, but keeping the sitting bones down. Work to pretend you're not going to get quite that sense of falling as much, but you can still get that action. Like, how would you catch yourself if you were falling? Maybe switching legs, lifting the other leg up. And if balance is an issue for you, but you want to try the standing up, maybe be close to a wall. And setting the foot down doesn't count as failing at this. It's checking what the limits of your balance are. So maybe switching legs, maybe rocking forward. Notice how much activation it takes to hold the body engaged. And then maybe setting that leg down and switching sides. Picking the opposite leg up, moving in ways that you feel like you have that control, focusing on what's important with this balance pose, and then letting anything else fall wherever it may. And then switching sides. You're in control of the intensity. So if you want to have a bigger activation, maybe make bigger movements, lifting your legs higher, finding that center, that ability to hold the core. And then setting it down. Seated, doing that same thing, pressing into the sitting bones, finding the length. Practice. Maybe losing your balance, finding the ability to engage, to hold on to that important part of balance, and let go of other things and let them just go where they may. So switching sides, moving at whatever pace is comfortable for you. For me, I'm liking a slower pace, finding that muscular movement as I flow through this. Maybe try crossing your legs, bending your knees. Keeping in mind that setting a foot down, losing the balance, doesn't necessarily mean you're not doing this right. It means you're pushing yourself to your edges to find your balance. Maybe you don't feel like doing that much right now. Maybe you just want a smaller activation, so just try standing on one foot and maybe keeping the other one close by. It's checking in with your system. What does your body want? If it wants balance with the leg closer to the ground, find that balance. Totally fine, explore whatever feels good. My body's wanting clearly these bigger movements. So checking in, can you find your balance as you put yourself in positions that you don't normally stand? And then switching sides, if that feels good, exploring. What are the catching yourself if you start to fall? Maybe making a game out of it. And then setting the foot down. Imagine if you were falling, how would you control that muscle movement? Bringing some awareness, notice how much work it takes to find that balance. It takes a lot of muscle engagement. Maybe play around with it. Explore balancing more on the ball of your foot. If you want to add a little intensity, maybe try picking the heel up as you do your balance. I don't think I want that much intensity today, so if you don't, feel free not to pick the heel up. Or maybe if you want to just see what it's like, try exploring. And then setting it down Just doing a couple more rounds, moving at whatever pace feels good to you. How would you find your balance? Maybe come into a twist. And then set that leg down, switching legs. And then maybe one more each side. So play, balance, how would you catch yourself? And then switching sides if you haven't, or if it feels good. And then as dramatically as you want, whoo, let it out. Hands coming down, feet coming down. Maybe start to go back to that gentle sway or front to back. Notice if your body's ready to come into stillness. After movements like that, my body needs a couple minutes to settle down, so I'm not ready to head into some stillness yet. So just notice, no judgment. And then whatever it is, shake out your arms, shake out your legs, let it go. That's a lot of work to do. So bringing your feet, if you're standing, to a comfortable distance apart. If you're seated, pressing your sitting bones down into the ground. Bringing your right hand, flexing it at the wrist, placing it at the center of your chest. And then left hand, all four fingers and thumb together. And taking your left hand as dramatically as you want, give yourself a high five, hands coming into prayer. Thank your amazing body for all the wonderful work that it does for you and how hard it has to work to try and find that balance. Bring the base of your thumbs up to that point between your two eyes, to your third eye, and thank your amazing mind for letting you explore and play through falling balance or whatever felt comfortable to you today. And then if it's comfortable, hands coming back to heart center, bowing down. I see, honor, and bow to all of you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Beautiful job. That was awesome. Let me know what you thought about that. Definitely let me know in the comments. And if you like these videos, please like and share. Follow me on social media. On Facebook, it's AB Yoga Info, and on Instagram, it's AB_yoga_info. The info separates me from general abdominal yoga workouts. So let me know if you're going to have any questions, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.